This is the Brightin Star 50mm F1.4 autofocus lens designed for APS-C cameras. Is this just another 50mm on the market? We'll see that in a second, but it is definitely the first ever autofocus lens in the Brightin Star lineup. This is the breakthrough moment for sure, especially that we have only dealt with manual lenses until now. Manual lenses of excellent quality, by the way. Maybe for the start, let's go with some basic specs. Obviously, 50mm on APS-C cameras will give you an exact of 75mm, which is almost the perfect 85mm on the full frame for street and portraits. It's the beloved focal length for pretty much everyone. Autofocus motor seems to be quite fast and accurate, and I'm gonna try to confirm that during this photo walk I'm gonna do after the intro. If the autofocus accuracy and speed is the same as the image quality, we have a banger lens for APS-C cameras. The price for this lens is $249, which makes it pretty much the standard for this focal length on the entire market. What about the design and build quality? The lens is fully metal. This is the first thing that catches your eye. Everything fits well. The construction and the overall quality of the elements and things used to build this lens is really good. We obviously have two plastic caps from the top and bottom. We have a plastic lens hood. It weighs only 449 grams, which makes it a lightweight lens category. 50mm is the size of the compatible filters. Minimum focusing distance is only half a meter, which is only 10 centimeters more than on Sony and Sigma F1.2 and F1.4 versions. We have a quite big focusing ring with a zebra pattern, which looks sick. We also have a big 50mm sign in front of the lens. We have a really cool Brightin Star in yellow paint. Personally, what I love, we have a dark coated bottom part of the lens. It's not usual, you don't see it often, so this is really nice. There is also a USB port in it. Now let's take a quick photo walk in a classic POV form using this Brightin Star 50mm f1.4 autofocus lens and Sony A6000, and we're gonna see what kind of photos we can take and see what we can do with this lens. So yeah, let's go, let's do it. Okay guys, here we are with the Brightin Star 50mm f1.4 autofocus lens and a Sony A6000, and we're gonna be doing this POV in a center of Warsaw. As you can see, the weather is kind of cloudy, so that's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, but we have some kind of like a baby blue colors on the sky, so that's awesome. We're gonna go this direction where we have some tighter spaces and narrower streets, and then we're gonna go into some more open areas. So let's do it, let's go. As I mentioned, this is the 75 on full frame camera, so this is the equivalent of a 50mm. Yeah, it's not an obvious thing. You always have to multiply by 1.5 on Sony APS-C cameras. And yeah, it's kind of like a perfect almost 85mm for any kind of portraits and street portraits photography. So we're gonna see how it works. And as you can see in front of me, maybe you will notice that we have some like a cleaning company cleaning the building in front of me. So we're gonna go this direction and see what we can do there. Yeah, so we can see them on the building right now. Yeah, first shot, but I think I need a close-up shot. But firstly, let me try again with this nice perspective of an old and new buildings. It's a really cool surroundings. It's like the one of the it's like almost like last one here on this street. So that's even more interesting. We have some drops on this Mercedes, so maybe we can try to somehow focus on the drops and take a shot at 50. I don't know, something like this. Wasn't ideal, but still got it. And yeah, it looks quite nice. Let me try to increase the shutter a bit. 1/2000 of a second, focusing on the tower. Yeah, kind of interesting framing with those edges of these two buildings. Anything behind me? Yeah, we have some reflections from the rising sun on that building in the back. 1/1000 of a second, keeping the ISO at level 100. Yeah, kind of basic shots for the start. We have a guy with a board. Let's try to catch him. That's cool. That's not a usual thing you can see in Warsaw, that surfing board. Yeah, do we have anything cool over here? We got another portion of reflection. This ball is pretty much interesting, but if we could have a model here, that would be awesome. 1/500 of a second. Maybe we can take some graffiti in. Like this, with a perspective of the street on the left, so it's kind of blurred, but the graffiti was in focus. Yeah, let's take those cleaners. So I am gonna take the first one from a proper distance maybe, and a couple of more shots, more close-up shots. We can do even 1/6400 for this series. And here is a pretty cool bike. Not sure if we can take this. Yeah, maybe. Still, we want to have a depth of field on the right side, so I'm focusing on the bike right now, moving my camera to the right side so you can see the street in the back. That's pretty cool. Something like this. It makes a kind of interesting composition. Maybe let's make a lower one. Not sure if you can see this, but hopefully. And still the same thing. Yeah, that was my vision for this shot. This like a bucket full of flyers. It's kind of interesting. Maybe like this, and again we get some depth of field in front because of the wall, and we have some blurred background, so kind of gives you this 3D-dimensional look, kind of. Oh, again, drops, so maybe now it's gonna look a little bit better. No, it's boring. Not sure if you can see it. I want to have a pattern, so it would be great to not see any other elements than just that wall with these guys. Something like this. Yeah, whatever. Not an ideal shot, but still not bad. Oh, we have a palace of culture reflected. That's interesting, but maybe let's try to take it a few steps back. Oh, and it's starting to rain. That's gonna be interesting. A few steps back. Yeah. Okay. Let's hit this direction. That might be interesting with the fence in front. Just like a quick idea to incorporate something in front, so it's gonna give you a little bit more to the depth of field. So that's an interesting part. And look at this, we have a, again, glassy new, kind of newish building in the back. We have something old in the front, so it's gonna look nice, like a nice comparison. City Progress or whatever the name is. But I kind of can't find a good framing because of the lack of the building. There is no it's like a step, so that's a little bit harder. But here we're gonna have a nice unique pattern of this blue thing and a corner or the top of the old building, so that's cool. I can crop it in post, but we can take a few steps forward, and now we can also take these guys from this side. It's not a beauty shot, but still not a bad shot. No, I don't like this perspective, so I'm gonna drop this idea. We have a bottle on the sidewalk. It might look interesting, kinda. It's not a usual bottle. Yeah, it's an old school one. Let me take this on the side. So what I'm trying to do, I'm aiming obviously on the bottle itself, kind of lowering the camera down, having this like a bright gap in the background, so it's gonna be nicely framed between those buildings on the left and right. So you will see the bottle in the middle, and there is a sky, so it's gonna be easier for me to get those details on a bottle thanks to the natural backdrop we have. The first one was better than this. Yeah. Do we have anything here? Can we take a pattern of this building? Maybe. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. Half of the frame gonna be the old building and half of the frame gonna be the new one. Not sure if it works, but kinda. So, which way we wanna go? So there is a lady coming and a biker is coming, so we're gonna try to fit the camera maybe here. Oh yeah, that's dope. That's pretty cool, I would say. I usually shoot with Sony full frame cameras, so this one feels, this is the A6000, so it feels super small and really tiny, I would say. It's really tiny comparing to the full frames with a bigger lenses. So I would say this setup is pretty good. And what I'm doing right now is I'm waiting for the cars on the right to pass, and we have an umbrella on in front of me. So I would like to catch that umbrella with this dark glass somehow. Maybe that's gonna be a good framing, like over here. Where is she? So the first shot. Yeah, that's pretty good. One more. Yeah, that's cool. We can go back, and here we have a puddle. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I can see shit. To be honest, I haven't seen anything. Yeah, and we have a guy. Nice. Yeah, I haven't seen anything, to be honest. It's so good to have a tilt screen on the full frames. We have a nice reflection on that building as well. There is like a ton of different reflections. We have one over here, one over here, one over. It's like 4 different buildings. Let's make a classic. Take the 1/800th of a second. The t-shirt was kind of noticeable. Guy running towards me. It's gonna be fast. I need to do it fast, but yeah, obviously I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, he's coming. Yeah, amazing. So yeah, not sure about the sharpness, but because I moved the lens a little bit, but yeah, I can go with that. This one is a clean one, and we're gonna take one more. Yeah, okay, it's not bad. Actually, let me take a look-up shot after this one. So yeah, this is pretty cool. For the lookup shot, I'm gonna change the shutter to 1/2000 of a second. It's gonna be a weird one. Yeah, it's a weird one. 1/2000 of a second, and it's still super bright. So even 1/32 of a second. Actually, I like this. I like this one, but I'm gonna change the spot. Take it from the complete bottom, and still I can crop it later in post. So this is kind of like a minimalist shot this time. Now I see myself in a reflection, and I must say it's a really tiny camera, which is pretty cool. Again, okay guys, a few words about this lens after this couple of minutes, after this shot. These 2 shots actually. So I'm gonna take this one first. Perspective is fine, but yeah. Wait for the perfect step. 2 pretty good shots. A few words like summary about this lens. Accurate, silent, kind of fast, autofocus. The image quality is top level. Like for the Brightin Star, is like the best thing you can get within this price. Always sharp. Obviously depends on the settings, but still really nice looking lens, nice logo, nice sign of the 50mm. Nice ring, great design. Feel balanced. I said it felt unbalanced, but maybe because of the it wasn't like in the entire setup. But other than that, it's pretty good. It feels balanced with when mounted to the A6000. I'm not sure about the other cameras, but this one is pretty good. What else? Yeah, $249 makes this lens pretty affordable for everyone, considering the fact you get a really good image quality. And yeah, okay, so I guess this is it, guys. It was a pleasure testing this lens. Hopefully to see more of the autofocus lenses coming from the Brightin Star lineup. And yeah, this is it, guys. I see you in the next one.